Dennis said, it's the data that we are wanting to generate from a construction site. Now, DOCA being traditionally into frameworks, with the changing needs of the businesses and the demand from the customers, there is an increasing need to probably go digital, and hence the need for the data, time saving, reducing the errors, and all of this from the construction sites. Now that's where there is a need for this digital transformation in the construction industry, and this entails just not new technologies. I mean, it's a whole new world of how the companies work, how the companies partner, whom they will partner with, and how do they achieve results. So that's where a business model is an extremely important tool, and because this is a completely new business for the organization, there is a need for a new business model. So what you see here is a framework for making such a business model. You see that while generating a business model, we work at the resource perspective, which is what gives an idea about the internal environment within an organization, as well as you have the market perspective, which gives the idea about what the environment for the organization or the industry looks like. So when we are thinking about the resource perspective, you're thinking about the value creation architecture, such as who are the key partners, whom should we partner with to probably take our solution to the market. The key resources and the core competencies within an organization, along with the key partners that probably will help us to achieve the customer benefit or the value proposition that we want to bring to the market. So these 2 or 3 parameters that we just discussed form the resource side of the organization, which needs to be analyzed in the business model. What you see on the right hand side is the market perspective, and here you look at the market. So for example, who are my target customers? What kind of relationships will I be with my target customers? Will it be service based? Will I be selling something to them? Will it be a license, etc.? And also things like what is it that I would eventually be communicating? So how do I communicate my unique selling proposition or the value proposition to my customers? What could be the different means of communicating this, so that there is a willingness to pay for that price that I would want to ask for such a new solution? So when we bring all of this into a perspective, what we achieve or we are wanting to achieve is a business model which helps us to realize the value proposition that we want to achieve and communicate to our customers. Now my colleagues Julia and Plamina will discuss in more details the specifics related to UMDASH and DOCA for both of these perspectives.
So as Neha has just told us, with reference to resource perspective, allow us to understand the company as a set of resources which constantly adapt to the changing framework condition. On these sites, RIN resources are created. Regarding the case study, the key resources are data. In fact, the concremoto sensor provides data on the temperature and strength development of concrete in real time, which allow to be crucial for the construction process. With the reference to the value creation architecture, the concrete sensor helps us to find out the early possible stripping time for construction process, and this is able to reduce cycle time in engineer processing. So now I give the words to Plamina that will explain us the market perspective.
The market perspective the market perspective allows us to identify our position on the market, how we are positioned among our competitors, and what is our product that we offer to the customers, and how we communicate the benefits of our product to the customers. So first of all, turning to the market perspective, so first of all, we have to identify the industry in which we are what is the status quo of what our competitors are doing, what is the current situation in the industry, and then we have to go through all the relevant forces, bargaining power of customers, bargaining power of suppliers, threats of new products, threat of new entrants, and also complementary services that we can use. So what we should know in our situation is that the segment on which we are focused is the construction industry. This is very old-fashioned industry, which is very far from digitalization. So it will. What we should do is really to communicate in a clear manner what are the benefits of our product and service altogether, and how this could how our customers could benefit from our product. So it is very important to have the close connection with our customers, because we have to show them, to explain how our product works and the benefits that it has, and especially the time saving, the time that the short time for striping of the farm work. So what is important is to have this direct contact with the customers and to use direct sales, so that they can we can show them alive how it works.
I had the task to explain how digital technologies can improve businesses. Digital technologies can create an additional value for the customers. They can improve core processes in the value chain, and they can provide direct access to the customers. As well, they can provide new payment mechanisms due to a better understanding what the customer is actually doing with the product you sell. Yes, that's so far. The second task was to explain the main features of digital businesses. Digital business models. They can affect and improve the aspect of the market and resource perspective. They can be developed from scratch or as an update of the classical business model, or they can be recombined with existing business models. The third task was to explain why the business model is used for concrete mode. Is a digital business model. It's digital because it uses data. You can see it here. You have smart sensors to gain these data. You need servers for storage and analyzing the data. You have a platform for analyzing, evaluating the data, and of course you have the gadgets. The smart gadgets directly at the construction site, that the workers have additional information through to this data.
Yeah, let's talk also about patents. So, the structure of the digital patents follows the logic of the underlying business model. The business model in this industry 4.0 environment we are in here. And we have four dominant logics. Data and information logic, enabling logic, simulation and mapping logic, and the networking logic. And with these dominant logics, we want to generate economic advantages for customers and user groups. So where are these customers and user groups? These are in the horizontal network. In the vertical networking, it might be that these are humans or even objects which are enabled to do new data measurements and applications. For this four dominant logics, we have technical concepts applied. These concepts are, for example, value-added networks, infrastructure, collaboration, integrated system architecture, data models for simulation, assistance systems, success, critical information preference systems, cyber physical systems, or IoT for networked abilities. So when we come to our example here, where would we find this in this scheme? The sensors would be the data and information logic area, and we use this data and information logic, for example, to use it here for simulation and mapping logic, for example, for the concrete, to choose the most suitable contract in the individual situation of certain sites. Wherever you are, you have different environments, and so you can make data analytics to choose the right concrete. Okay, thank you.
At the end of the day, how does this concrete mode increase effectiveness and efficiency? First, regarding effectiveness, so it's basically providing human empowerment. Because we get critical information about the stripping, this allows literally the teams, construction teams, to get empowered, and it allows, by the way, saving almost 1 day per constructed floor on buildings. About objects as well, it's empowering objects, because based on the historical data and multi-customer data, we are able to optimize concrete formulation for a specific site. So this is another way to improve effectiveness from the object point of view. But it also allows improving the efficiency, basically through the networking, because on the horizontal side, the platform and the concrete mode allows improving the networking between the construction crew and the other builders. And also from a vertical aspect, we improve networking between the architects, the digital planners with the concrete manufacturers. So this shows here that this is a good illustration of how digitalization allows improving effectiveness and efficiency in the construction world. Thank you.